Matt Lenihan, Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store, Forged Irish Stout. We're here, Dalton Smith, Saudi Arabia. How's things going, my mate? What a fight week to be a part of and just to be in and around.
Yeah, it's all good, but first time in Saudi, and it's nice. So big fight week.
When you come out here, you see the shows they put on, the stage at all these open workouts and press conferences. It's like a spaceship, what they're all sitting on, and you see the magnitude of the event. When you look at it, do you look and go, you know what? I wouldn't mind having a little tickle out here.
Yeah, of course. Coming out here and seeing what they're doing, the events they're putting on, it's massive, and the scale of what they put it on, it's different gravy, isn't it?
Let me get your opinion on the fight. I've just asked Junaid. It's so hard to split, and I get it for so many reasons. You look at both of them's previous performances against Dubois. Questions over Usyk, does he like it to the body? Fury, the shape he came in last time, completely different for this fight, by the way. Vulnerabilities, a lot of people in certain quarters questioning, has he lost a bit? We don't know. All the answers will be tomorrow. But how do you see this fight, honestly?
I think early on in the fight it's going to be a bit nip and tuck, but that's what happens with two high-level fighters. But I'm not really taking much on the last performance of the fighters. Every fighter doesn't turn up at, every time. But you can't take anything from the Ngannou fight. You could see the shape what Fury came in with that, and obviously Usyk's had a few, not so good performances. But I think this fight is going to bring the best out of both, and I think we're going to see the best of Fury and best of Usyk. My opinion on the fight is I think I can see a points win for Fury, if not a late stoppage. I think it's going to be very close for the first half of the fight, but I think the size and the lean in and stuff, I think he will get to Usyk later on.
Let's talk about yourself. What's next? You're on an incredible run at the minute. You're receiving a lot of plaudits from the boxing community worldwide at the minute. Obviously, Maurizio Sullivan here as well, also speaking to earlier. A lot of people, I spoke to Eddie about this when we're talking about your next fight. I feel like your career's been sort of guided quite well in terms of the level of step up you had, especially in the last fight. Tough competitor, didn't come to surviving. You plotted your way to victory. A guy like Regis Prograis coming off defeat to Devin Haney, then someone who's been there before, won world titles. Is that the sort of name? Is that the calibre of fighter that you're wanting next?
Of course, and since the last fight, the position that's put me in. I want to chase the world titles, and a name like Regis Prograis is that fight what I need to get me a world title shot. He's been there, he's proven. His last fight, only losing to Devin Haney. So
you were there as well for that, I think.
I was there for that fight, yeah. So I got the experience being up there for those fights, and like I said, just building momentum from the Zepeda fight. And like I said, that's what I need, the momentum to push on to the world titles now. And name Regis Prograis is a perfect fight.
You are within touching distance of a world title. I feel like you're only that next step, and then we're there. Who are the names you want if you can't get a Regis Prograis? I've just named him because he was someone who was brought up as that next step. Obviously, not got a belt at the minute. He's coming off defeat, but to Devin Haney, who sits at the top table, even in the defeat to Ryan Garcia. Both quality operators. You can't get him. What's the road you want to go down? Who are the other ones? I know you. I'm not asking you to slag anyone off, but who are the names? From a competitive standpoint that sort of will get you up for a fight.
I mean, you've only got to look at the rankings. I'm not very good with names of remembering the rankings, but whoever I need to fight to get me that world title shot, that's who I need to fight.
Yeah.
I'm not here to avoid anyone. So, like I say, I'm wanting to push onto world titles, and obviously I've got the WBC silver now. That's put me at number 3 in their rankings. So, look, like I said, Regis Prograis is the fight what's going to get me those titles. But look, whoever I need to fight. Obviously I've got the purse bids for the European title as well at the minute. There's some tough fights there. So
you still want that belt?
I'd love to have that belt. Yeah, I've always said I want to get all the belts. The only 2 I need to get now is a European and a world title. So, like I said, but of course the main one is winning a world title, and for me, I'd love the green and gold.
100%, and obviously with the backing of the WBC and depending on what's next, you're getting ever step closer to that big fight at Hillsborough that you want.
Yeah, and it's always talked about. It's when's it going to happen? But I'm taking the right fights. I'm pulling out the performances I need to. But like I said, I don't think I'm a million miles away to achieving, that dream.
I want to talk about someone who I feel, even though I suppose he has got his plaudits in the last 12 to 18 months in terms of, I think, one Trainer of the Year award, but your dad, Grant. A lot of father-son combinations in boxing we've seen don't work, or we see sticking points. And look, boxing's a long ride, but you guys seem to have that perfect combination of, father-son, but knows when that switches to be on you, to be professional. It's not like a normal, relationship. In terms of the work he's put in, how impressive he's been, not with the likes of yourself, but he's got the likes of Junaid, Sonny. He's working with so many different styles of fighters. Do you feel he's not one to shove himself ever in front of a camera? I'd love to have a sit down with him, but you feel now like he's maybe getting the credit as well from the training standpoint that he deserves, that he's been sort of long overdue?
Yeah, like you say, he should get more recognition for what he does, but like you say, it's hard to get him in front of a camera. But as long as he's getting his results through his fighters, that's all he cares about. And you've only got to look at his stable, and it's not only that. It's not a one-dimensional style. You go from like the Sonny to my style to Junaid's. Just recently got Chantel Cameron. It's you got to look at the stable, the way he can adapt with his fighters. And obviously never boxed himself, and he's proving how good of a coach he is.
Last one from me, this game. Have you played on it? Have you played as yourself in this game? Took any L's in the virtual world?
Do you know what? I actually met up with Ash last week to play the final production of the game, and 5-0 to me. So the man who created the game.
5-0.
5-0. I was 5-0. So the man who created the game couldn't even beat me. So. I'll take that one. But the game itself is, it's unbelievable. I was there from the early start of the production.
You were one of the first, weren't you, I believe?
The first, yeah. So I've seen the way the developments come up. To playing it last week, it's crazy how far it's come, and there's gonna be some happy gamers.
I was going to say, I was in the studio a few weeks ago, and the things I've seen, it's every gaming and boxing fan's dream. Look, Dalton, I appreciate your time. Thanks for talking to Boxing Social. Great fight tomorrow night, but we look forward to seeing you back in the ring as well. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate it as always.